SavedBlog.com.
We are at the theater. Dolly. Jack Diamonds presents the podcast, Eyes Wide Open, Episode 10. Jack, welcome back to the studio for a new episode of the Eyes Open podcast, with our guest Dr. Papaya. Dr. Papaya, thank you for being here with us tonight. Papaya, thank you, Jack. Jack, we're discussing the second fact, that the disciples claimed Jesus had risen from the dead. Papaya, not only that he had risen, but also that he had appeared to them. Jack, you mentioned that there is more evidence for these claims. Papaya, yes, we have the creed in 1 Corinthians 15. In 1 Corinthians 15, 3-9, Paul recounts what most scholars believe is a creed translated from Aramaic to Greek. Jack, could you explain to our listeners what a creed is? Papaya, creeds were set phrases with specific characteristics used in oral tradition. Their symmetrical structure made it easier for the largely illiterate audience to memorize the content. Jack, so, the Christians of that time used these phrases to evangelize. Papaya, yes, we need to understand that the fact that Paul recorded this creed doesn't mean he invented it. Instead, from the way it's written, most scholars believe it came directly from the oral tradition. Jack, so, ordinary people would memorize these phrases and repeat them to others. Papaya, exactly. If we consider that this creed mentions eyewitnesses, we can understand why so many people believed. Jack, that's true. If this creed, which lists the appearances of Jesus, had been a lie, it would have been easily exposed by asking the witnesses named in the list. And the Christian movement would have ended shortly after Jesus' death. Papaya. But history tells us the exact opposite. Jack, thank you, Papaya, and now, Dolly.
SavedBlog.com. SavedBlog.com.
We are at the theater. Dolly. For the series, The Disastrous Misadventures of the Broken Luggage Gang. Episode 10, The Click of Regrets. We are at the airport. Assistant. Excuse me, but what you gave me is just a reservation. Papaya. Oops, you're right, I forgot to pay at the end. Assistant. I'm sorry, but you'll have to go to the ticket counter first. Suddenly, a thud grabs everyone's attention. Their suitcases have opened again, this time on the conveyor belt. Assistant. Oh no, look at this mess. Banani jumps onto the belt to fix the situation. Assistant. Hey you, come back, get out of there. That's a restricted area. Banani. Wait, just a moment, I've gathered everything, I just need to close this suitcase. The assistant calls security. Banani is stopped and almost arrested. Their luggage is back with them, completely open and spilled on the floor. Other travelers watch them curiously. While Papaya is dissuading the guard from letting them go, Banani and Ravioli continue their discussion about the book. Ravioli. This book is becoming more and more interesting. Really, what's written in it makes sense. Banani. I was thinking about that creed you mentioned. Could it have been created by Paul or added later? How do we know it's authentic? Ravioli. The book delves into technical details, but it seems that almost all scholars, even skeptics, are convinced it's an authentic creed. Banani. If the resurrection is a legend, how do you explain this fact? Igor. I don't know if the resurrection is a legend. What I do know for sure is that in this airport, these scientists and their luggage are becoming an urban legend.
SavedBlog.com.